Skinamarink is the most amateur film I've ever seen on a reputable streaming site. This was released in 2022. It's written and directed by Kyle Edward Ball, and it is currently on Shudder, at least in the UK. And I thought this sounded really interesting. I had very high hopes. It is one of the worst things I have ever seen. It's about children who are in their house in the middle of the night and strange things start happening. Not scary things. There was one jump scare that ever so slightly took me by surprise. But other than that, there's nothing scary about this, and things in the house start to vanish. And there are two reasons why this is terrible. Well, actually, that's not true. There are many reasons why. One, the narrative is lacking. There is no substance at all. And not only is there no substance, but there is no style. It is very, very badly filmed, and it's very badly edited. A large chunk of this comprises still shots that serve zero purpose. No purpose whatsoever. And when we're not looking at still shots, we're looking at cartoons on the TV screen. And I have to say, fun selection of cartoons. Not complaining about those. But that is it. And the children are going around the house and things start to disappear, as I said. And even the editing of things disappearing is really, really basic. So the filming is bad. The camera work is not good. The editing is terrible. The narrative is very, very poor. And I can't comment on the acting because the children are basically not in it. We hardly see them. We basically see their feet. And I guess that was a style choice, but it meant that there's no emotional connection to build up with these characters. So I can't even feel for the characters and want the best for them when they start to get a little bit scared. I cannot find one positive thing to say about this film, and that is so rare for me. Usually, not always, but usually with a film I can find multiple positive things to say, whether it's praising the performances or the camera work or the narrative. I cannot praise any of those. I can't say the performances were bad, they were just basically non-existent. The atmosphere is very dull. Apart from that one tiny jump scare, there's nothing in this that could allow itself to be labelled as a horror. It is not a scary film. The narrative is empty, and the editing and camera work are both terrible. So I can't praise it. And I had moderately high hopes for this. It sounded really interesting. I don't understand how this film has come to be, at least how it's come to be on Shudder, because as I said, it feels like one of the most amateur things that I have ever seen. The actual substance, and there isn't really any substance, but I feel like they could have told this story, or what there is of it, in about 10 minutes, and we would have lost nothing. Do I recommend it? Not even a tiny bit. It is absolutely one of the worst films that I have ever seen, and very, very rarely for me. In fact, I don't know if this has ever happened before. I cannot find one good thing to say about Skinamarink. I had high hopes, and not only did it not meet those hopes, but it's completely baffled me as to how anybody can enjoy this. If somebody does enjoy it, absolutely fine. That's allowed to be the case. But personally, I can't find one thing to praise about this film. I absolutely do not recommend it. And while I can't say I regret the time spent watching it, because I did want to watch it, I wanted to see what it was like, I can't say I regret taking the plunge, but at the same time, I wish I could get that time back.